Well, go on, graduates. Well, go on, big up on a nice, clean self. I see you all. Big up on the self. But that's there, set up. Good evening, good evening. Let me show my face for a little bit. Unexpected live, no doubt. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me heal up the people I'm in the chat so far. I don't see any of my renters. I think they are out and about, so don't worry. I will manage things for now. I've deliberately been quiet. I've got to admit, I've deliberately been quiet, right? Sure, some of you have seen me about, but more or less over on Facebook, not so much over on YouTube. One or two comments when it comes to Planka Shop, as always, but generally, I've been quiet. I've been quiet for good reason. I think sometimes it's really important in terms of our own mental health to take a step back from social media and just to indulge in the real world. Also, because I have got certain priorities at the moment, I have to put my energy into what feeds me. It's exam time, and that's a very crucial part of my business. So I have to dedicate that time as necessary. Plus, I also mark exam papers. So, it's a tricky period for me. But let's not say that I've been quiet because I've not been paying attention to what's going on social media. I always pay attention to what's going on social media. But I have deliberately kept myself quiet because, my graduates, I do not come out when things are hot. I allow things to be digested. Sometimes I wait for the dust to settle only to rake it up again, but that's how it go because I respond in my own time. So tonight, I have a few things I'm going to get off my chest. A few things. But in the meantime, I like it when over here is nice and small because it feels a lot more personal. And I know it's my true graduates who have rolled out and have rolled out first, and not people who are here for mix up and gossip. And that's always a nice feeling because you know exactly who is here for you. You understand? Right. So let me hail up everybody. Okay, my renter is here. Big up yourself. Norma, hi, you are on the phone. Big up yourself. Let me pin your message. Oh, I pinned the wrong one. Let me pin this one. There you go. Good. All right. In the meantime, let me hail up some people in the classroom before I get started. Good afternoon, Suzette Bennett, Mel Isaacs. I see you. Natisha Hudson. Big up yourself. Andreen Ferguson, my member. Big up yourself. Inca, my other member, big up yourself. Oh, I can see that your icon has changed. So you've been a member for some time. I appreciate your support of my channel. Big up yourself. Carlene, Wagwan, big up yourself. Simone Barton Joseph, good night. Drea 1969, good evening. Raquel Williamson, good evening. Stacy Williams, hi. Can't participate, but you're listening. That is absolutely fine, sweetheart. Just listen. That is just as good because I'm going to take my face off in a minute. It's just going to be my voice. So that works just as well. Bernice, big up yourself. Nicola Dixon, good day. Sindrine Harris, blessings. It is what it is. Big up yourself. Blessings. Shirley Shaw. Carrie, hiya. How you doing? Chanel K, big up yourself. Stacy McDonald. The three-leaf clover. Seems like I am just in time. You certainly are just in time. M. Stain, hello, my member. Jacinth, good afternoon. Her Alexia Dacus, hi, Professor Gorgeous Lady, big up yourself. Andreen Harris, hello, Teacher K, and all the real graduates. And that's the key word right there, the real graduates, big up yourself. Joan Foster, big up yourself. Country Life Nice. Wagwan. Daily Musings. You got your popcorn and your eyes out. No, you're not graduate Daily Musings. If I that you do. If you have about popcorn, that means say you're there so for some drama and bangarang. Joan Francis, bless up yourself. All right. Oh, we're going night. Guys, yeah, observe one and two things while going out just on social media, right now I'm just kind of more or less paying attention mostly to the whole Cora Obidi story. That's kind of where my interest is at the moment, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to. I'm basically there for the tennis match because when one go on, another one ping, another one come up, and then another one is a three-way tennis match, is between Cora ex-husband and Cora sister. You understand? Yes. May I go in just in comments, I make one or two comments and two face the people feel so they can come for me and them see to forget that I teach okay, it's no Christian I teach we curse you. But better business with them, it is life. So yeah, I've been kind of keeping myself occupied looking at other stuff, staying away from, I would call it planker shop drama. Yeah. And when I say planker shop drama, I'm talking about the usual suspects, the people surrounding that part of the diaspora on social media. And I deliberately took a step back. So there was one particular live that made me take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale several times. Because at the time when the live was going on, I was in and out. It was a beautiful day here in the UK. It was very hot. I was outside, yes, chilling with my husband, up and down the place, just chilling. So lives was just not really a priority. I heard that my name was mentioned a couple of times. I went on 33 times 3 live, on and off. And I even put it in the comments, guys, the weather's beautiful here in the UK. I'm on and off, right? So I didn't really listen to all of it. And then I revisited when I got home and I listened to all of that live. Right? Okay. So that live made me take several breaths in and out. Several breaths in and out. I had to count on some occasions. Count from 1 to 100. From 100 back to 1. Yeah, I did. You understand? And 33 times 3, I have a lot of admiration for you, as you know. A lot of respect for you, as you know. There is no debate about that. There's no questioning that. You are well aware of the fact that I have always supported you, supported your causes. Where possible, I've supported your charities through donations. And I have never doubted your honesty, your transparency, your ability to deliver what you set out to deliver. Purchase your cakes on more than one occasion. Even visited you with my mom in Jamaica. Yes, I did. You keep telling people that I came to your house to buy cakes. I didn't. I actually just turned up there because I was on vacation. And I visited you along with my mom, who is also a fan. And I only came to your house once, not twice, once. And that was because I was en route heading to Port Royal anyway, because I was going to Gloria's. So that's why I ended up going by your house. Anyway. So, I listened to that live and there were a few things that I heard that kind of rattled me just a little bit. And I decided, you remember Linda G, yes. And I decided that I was going to leave it for a while, just let it blow over and stuff before I come out and say anything. And I did. Now, there were a few things, and I want to draw attention particularly to one thing. where you referred to myself, you referred to Lady V, whom I used to call Lady with the Alphabet, and I still do when it's certain topics that's a little bit touch and go, right? Anyway, I had heard via the grapevine. I didn't hear for myself, and I did put up a status on my page saying, who blocked 33 times 3 because of me? But when I revisited and listened, I listened to the context and I realized that that's not quite what you were saying. You were saying that you're not sure whether or not this was the reason why you were blocked, okay? And that I get that. That's a little bit different from blatantly saying, oh, it's because, right? But you know how social media is, because of course it was delivered that you said that this is the reason. But I listen for myself. I always try to listen for myself. You then gave the reason why you thought that the dots would connect to myself, where Lady V was concerned, saying that it was because of the live that I did around charities that you were celebrating, unbeknownst to you, that the live was directed at Lady V's, or as a response to Lady V's live. That's the part that made me breathe and count to 100 and count backwards from 100. Because how could you not have known? Is the question I'm asking. How could you not have been aware? And you would have thought that after January was January, that February would have somehow been a little more relaxed. But oh no. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to turn up the volume on this. Because in that live, I was very, very, very clear who I was addressing. I never minced my words. That was what, and actually probably the reason why a lot of people are not seeing that live. That live is locked for my members. So my members can see it. But if you're not a member, you can't see it. Do you understand? So you have to be a member on my channel in order to see that particular live. It's titled Review Time. Does the recent charity commentary make sense? Does the recent charity commentary make sense? And if you were to actually look on my lives tab on my channel, it blatantly says, does the recent charity commentary make sense? So commentary means the comments about charity, and a commentary is usually delivered by a person. And it's about the recent charity commentary, which means it's whatever it is that somebody has said. But I started the live blatantly calling the name of the person that I was addressing. I don't know what's wrong with my my Alexa. Hold on 1 second, guys, because for some reason my Alexa has been a bait and the volume now turn up. Let me go on my app on my phone. Because I want you to understand why I'm doing this. Just bear with me. Because these are the things. These right here. All right. Book no. Okay, listen. We have entered February with a bang, and it looks like it's not about to calm down anytime soon. Good evening, good afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. Dawn, big up yourself. Marencha's Debot. And Jenny, big up yourself. June, big up yourself. Karen Thomas, I see you. Teresa Jack. Can I share your video? Absolutely. Like and share. That's what we encourage over here. That's no problem at all. Joycey Rowe, good night. Big up yourself. Right. So we're going to talk tonight about the recent commentary by Lady with the Alphabet. Remember our rules over here in Head Teacher K's class. We do not call names. We stick to the names that we are given. So, Lady with the Alphabet is the person who recently came out with a very impassioned speech about charities and the behavior of certain charities in our diaspora. Okay. All right. Let's stop it there. So, as you are aware, it used to be my policy to not call people's names. But when I started coming up with pseudonyms for people, they found it offensive. So, of course, now I try to temper that with mercy. Okay. And I'm aware 33 times 3 that you have been watching me for some time. And Lady with the Alphabet, everybody knows on my channel who Lady with the Alphabet is. Perhaps you didn't know. Perhaps, but I kind of doubt it. But perhaps you didn't know. So when you make the statement that you were not aware who that particular live was directed at, or that there was a live previously, I did find that quite odd, considering that the live was blatantly based on the commentary of somebody towards charities, even if you didn't know who Lady with the Alphabet is. But come on, you're a clever woman. 2 and 2, 3 and 3. I know you can put it together. You understand? Now, I think that whole thing, if that's the reason, that's ridiculous. If that's the reason, that's ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason to block you. Right? And I have said it on my page, if anybody did block you for that, please unblock, because it's not that serious. It's not that deep. People are free to come out here and comment on anything that's said on a public platform. Anything that's said on a public platform can be critiqued, can be broken down, can be analyzed, can be rebutted, can be discussed. We may not like the perspective or even the approach, but providing there is no defamation and there is no slander, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So at the end of the day, I think sometimes 33 times 3, you have to be careful with how you pull up certain things from the past and the assumptions that you might make. Because had I been a different kind of person, that right there would have been an opportunity for me to come out and done and rob Lady V. If I was a different kind of person. But I chose not to bite the bait. At the end of the day, it really is about understanding the dynamics out here. That there are people who are learning and studying your success on social media to the point where they will duplicate what you do as a pattern of success. When you are a leader in the game, you are considered best practice. And by best practice, it means that you have more or less provided the public with a blueprint in terms of what to do, what not to do, in order to achieve that level of success or higher, depending on the person's ambitions in the blogging world. I have not got such ambitions. I enjoy coming on here and speaking with my graduates. And sometimes I deliberately come on when Planka Shapa go on because me no want no crowd. Sometimes I do that, yes. Sometimes I deliberately want to just have a small audience and just talk comfortably. Because sometimes when it gets too big, you never know who's observing and who's watching and who a screenshot and who a take away and who a get ready for dissect. Them about, you understand? And even now in a small audience of 216 of you, them about. But I'm just trying to say, I listened quite ardently to that live. And there were things that you said that made me realize, well, not made me realize because I was suspected, but confirmed that you are well aware of the game of social media. You know it inside and out, quite versed. I heard you bigging up and congratulating certain bloggers, free to do so. But I listened to the reasons why you congratulated them. And I thought to myself, one of the things that you said was the fact that you are well aware of how particular bloggers go out of their way to stir the pot, and that you know and admire that person or persons, despite the fact that this is what they do. That's fine. But then you compared yourself and said that you are a similar personality, that you like to rub salt in wounds. And I said to myself, how am I supposed to take that? Perhaps I should also take that with a grain of salt, right? No pun intended. But it shows me that as you are a blueprint, there are many out here who are going to mimic exactly that, because you are a pattern of success. And there are people out here who sees, and they will likely take from that this is a way to generate views. This is a way to generate a following by creating dramatic responses through throwing words or rubbing salt in wound. It is more than likely that I will attract the audience that this person has. There are dangers there. And I, for one, deliberately refused to bite when I saw it, because to me, that was done and dusted. I made a trivial joke out of it. Of course, you know, some of the plank of them run out. I'm ready for beat and teach, but I never bit. I left it because at the end of the day, that is water under the bridge. That's finished and done with. I've got no issues where Lady V is concerned. And if it is that she has blocked you, it has nothing to do with me. Because at the end of the day, I have made it clear in my life who I was referring to. Those who were paying attention are well aware of who I was referring to. If that missed you, then that would be your own responsibility. You understand? Yes. Now, another thing that could have happened from that commentary is that the whole internet could have gotten up, the one them we can't stand me already, and say, hey, as she make the woman and Lady Vina chat, as she make it, as she caused it. I need you to understand the mentality of the people that, some of the people, not all of them. I need you to understand some of the mentality of the people that you're working with. And how it is that some of your words can have far-reaching effects that can lead to negative backlash on some of us. Real talk, say amen right there. And it's not that you are unaware of it based on what you have said. But I really, really and truly wonder how much awareness really is there in terms of how far-reaching your words can be and how far-reaching an effect it can have. So like I said, I wanted you to understand that sometimes rubbing a salt in wound is not necessarily the answer. Sometimes when it comes to conflicts on social media, we are human. We will lash out. I do it. I'm not innocent with that. Many times I will ignore, and you do that too, because I've seen you ignore many times. But I've likewise also seen that you've done a kind of response, and where you are unable to respond, you basically call on bloggers to actually respond on your behalf. I'll tell you how you do it. Remember now, I'm not saying that you give them a contract. No. Nor am I saying that you ask them to. No. But by making it clear why you appreciated certain bloggers, it was because they were justifying, proving, and evidencing on your behalf. And while that is brilliant, because it means you don't have to fight for yourself, you can have other people fight for you. It does go against what you said when you said, don't fight for me. Really and truly, if you were to be honest about it, you do need us bloggers out here who are there to support you and to prove you right, to step out and speak on your behalf. Which is why it's important to be careful in terms of where you direct the salt that you're rubbing into the wound. And I'm saying that to mean, just as those bloggers will come out and they will defend you, they will also beat and teach you if they see something that's not right. And you know that too. And I've said, you know, that I would not be disrespectful when I do it. But it doesn't mean I won't do it. It just means I will do it with respect, because I will never, ever disrespect you. So we have to be careful. That could have been an occasion. And I think that because people saw that my response was very blasé, that also that Lady V was silent about it, it did not add any fuel to the fire, and it allowed things to fizzle out to nothing. But there is always going to be accountability where there are bloggers. One of the biggest roles we have is to hold the internet to account. Yes, it's a part of. Sorry, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, guys? Sorry, I don't know what happened. My internet, it crashed and it came back. I've sorted it. Thank you. So Stacey Williams says, I agree that social media needs people like you, ping ping. It's a lot of her battles y'all fight. Rochelle Williams says, play fool to catch wise. You're gonna get it from them for this. Classy T, get it from them whom for what? I'd like to hear more about your perspective. What do you mean? Get it from them whom and for what? I am speaking the truth. If anybody doesn't like it, they can bite it. I don't care. You understand? You need to, I think people need to understand that there are some of us out here who have got a completely independent mindset from the masses, in that we are free to say and feel however we want to feel and not necessarily care about what other bloggers have to say. As I said, I only care about what my graduates have to say, and I will never ever disrespect 33 times 3. I've always said that, and that will remain consistent. You understand? But what I'm trying to say is this, because bloggers can't tell me how to run my platform, just like them can't tell them how to run them platform. They are free to run their platform however they wish to run their platform. Right? On my platform is my platform. I do it how I want to do it. And if I pick up on something, I'm going to speak about it. Right? So all I'm saying is that it is clear to me that bloggers are needed out here in these social media streets. They're needed by a lot of these social media personalities who, as they rise, are unable to necessarily confront how they would really like to confront. And therefore, these bloggers are positioned in order to deliver what is necessary. And sometimes it is necessary. And even though we're being positioned, we're going to run out the same way because it's probably something we genuinely feel. But then there are times when certain comments can be made that can lead to unnecessary friction. And I'm saying that if bloggers are not sensitive enough to recognize that that bait should not be bitten, then I'm going to run out and fight an unnecessary battle. I'm not mincing my words. You understand me? It's unnecessary. I'm not get listen. You see, when that video was done, I want you to understand something. I did not care if that video that was done by Lady V was directed at Erica. I didn't care. What I saw was that a lot of the thoughts that were being echoed on that live, be it directed at Erica or Schmerica, it don't matter, were also coming out of a particular camp that has been gunning for this lady. Yes, that is what I saw. The same thoughts were being echoed about that charity, 33 times 3's charity. And for that reason, it was debunked. Plus, it wasn't debunked on the basis of opinion. It was debunked on the basis of facts. Because a lot of people out there, they go off of things that's word of mouth and they don't do research. And while people might think, oh, share read to sound intelligent, research is a skill. Do you know that you can actually get a job as a researcher? That is how valuable researching actually is, because not everybody is good at that. So I pulled together the necessary information to show that that commentary had several flaws, and that was all. So that it would not hit back at that lady. Because while that battle was being done, coming up from the back were these Muppets who have been trying to tear down the lady for years. So that's why it was done. Me never business about what go on with Erica. On God. What about what Lady V said? People are cursing her and hate her because of don't see anyone cursing her for. So that makes me think about you. Where's the accountability there? Whomever. Cursing her for no, I wasn't cursing her. If you listen to that actual video, there was no cursing of her at all. It was a harsh debunk, but it was not cursing. And anybody who knows HDK know when HDK a curse. I never once called her out of her name. I never dipped up under her. I was not disrespectful, right? I just made her know that the argument never makes sense. That is all. And sometimes people are not going to like that because obviously, especially if you value yourself as a highly educated person and so on and so forth, you know, debates can get steamy. Between academics, it can get steamy as I go, right? Let it go when the lady with the alphabet said, has a lot of people hate her because people think her and Jackie, them something that I hear say and so. These things are, this is the kind of thing that I'm trying to get through to my graduates that uno must stop follow up. Those kind of things are a nonsense, right? We don't, listen. Whatever is happening between Lady V and 33 times 3 is not my business, nor is it any of your business. So this is what I'm trying to say to you guys, right? And what I don't want is for myself to be pulled into it because it had nothing to do with me. That may I try to tell you no. It had nothing to do with me. It doesn't. So I'm saying whatever they've got going on, let's keep it over there, right? These are two grown women. They have got each other's personal number. I don't have any personal number with DMG. You need to understand that. I have the same number that you guys have. Yes. And when I'm not communicating with DMG, guess what? The number is blocked. I do that for every content creator. I block their number until I'm communicating, then I block again. Do you know why I do that? For my own safety and peace of mind that there is no unnecessary communication. Yeah. Serious as a judge, as some stay, I'm very funny. I believe in personal space separate from professional space. And I believe that if it's something professional, my messenger is always available. So anybody who wants to reach out to me professionally can do so in writing. When I reach out to DMG, it's about charity or it's about cakes. You understand? And at one time when she told me to contact her on her live, that's it. I keep my lines so that there is no crossing of boundaries. No, not you cursing her, just quoting what. Well, I don't know anything about that. That would be for Lady with the Alphabet to speak about. If that is what she's seeing and that's what she's noticing, then she can go ahead and speak on that. But it doesn't mean it's me. Because I have never cursed her. That's the point I'm making. I may have argued about how she's done things. I may have spoken about it, but I've never cursed her. There are many out here who have cursed her. So it's got nothing to do with me. This is why I'm saying, let us not make assumptions. Let us not presume things. That there's a way to do things that will not lead to a negative backlash. That's what I'm trying to say. And given the fact that these words of 33 times 3 can so bounce around social media and pass from one person to the other. That's how those Chinese whispers happen. That's how people twist things. That's how they start to then go after people and attack them unnecessarily on social media. And as long as we don't bite the bait, then it won't happen. But don't provide the bait in the first place is what I'm saying. I think that shouldn't have mentioned who blocked who. That was long gone, and that instant could have gone a different way. Valencia, you're correct. True, some of these followers always typing this, that hearsay without proof. Yes, indeed. So I'm just saying that, we need to be, as bloggers, also aware of the fact that sometimes certain things can be said to lead us in certain directions, be it deliberately or not deliberately. And it's not all the time that we need to bite the bait. You understand? Sometimes we have to realize that this is this is a situation where it can go left. Do we need to go left or can we go right? Right? Because nobody out here are pawns in anybody's chess game. I think we're all adults and we all have a mind of our own, even if some of us are more easily led than others. At some point, there's going to be a waking up, and people are going to be like, hang on a minute. I try press my button. Yeah, try dry me out like shoes lace. You understand? And then you walk away from it, right? Like I said, and then I started getting messages. This is how I'm telling you how it could have gone left. Because it's not, why is it not okay to say how she feels, but it's okay to say what she said? Now, listen, I don't know what Lady with the Alphabet said. I don't know what she said. I don't know what Lady V said. Okay, because I don't need to call her Lady with the Alphabet on this occasion. I don't know what Lady V said. And it is okay for her to express herself. I don't want her to mince more words, and I want her to feel listen. No clean out on her ears. Let me say it again. It could have been spoken about without calling me name in it. You understand now? Do you understand now? I want to know if you get me drift. It could have did that about me not stop the woman from express herself and her feelings. But me I say when you don't know something, no say it. Oh, Jesus. Right? Thank you, Classy T. This is what I am talking about. Oh. Me I say beware of backlash. And the thing them what you say, round the block of them name. Rastaja. You don't understand now? Me never said the woman couldn't say who black or whoever. Me I say not jump to conclusion about the reason until you know for your facts say I saw. That me I say. I speak about, but you speak her name all the time, but that's okay. Oh, you're right. That was clearly a stir in the pot moment. Thank you. You understand? How am I being biased, Jackie? How am I being biased about my own name? Please and thanks. How am I being biased about my own name, ma'am? I am not saying that the lady could not speak about the fact that there was a blocking and the fact that this took place. That is not what I'm saying, ma'am. I am saying that she could have expressed that, but she don't know for a fact, so it have to do anything with me. How is that being biased, ma'am? When am I name me I talk about? Me not understand that. I don't love use the word bias. I want to know is coming like say someone want to know what bias mean, That is not bias. That is my own name. And I am saying it did not need to be called because you are not sure if that is the reason why. That was the cause. Okay? That's not bias. Bias is me saying it's okay for Lady V to say what she said and it's not okay. Me never did a lean either way. Me said the two of them are too big up and they can chat what they want chat. They can say what they want to say. But when you bring in other people, unless you know for a fact that this is so, do not call other people name. That has nothing to do with bias. Please. I tell you, so this is a class for thinkers, reasoning people, So please to reason. If you don't understand the reason, it's best you just and try digest first. There is nothing wrong with her expressing herself and speaking directly to. I'm talking about how these things can beat up people, and that me I try to tell you no. Yes. But because I chose not to bite, I didn't bite. And I'm saying that I want 33 times 3 to be aware of how sometimes saying these things can have a knock-on effect. And I was about to tell you the knock-on effect, because apart from the fact that people are thinking, oh, it's because of this, that's why this happened. I got messages. I got messages from people on my Facebook, right? And they were instantly saying, oh, me for rub and me for done. You know how the followers are. Trying to instigate an egg on a war. Now, if I was weak in the head, if I was soft in the brain, I would have run out and start going with myself. And I blocked the person. You understand? Because there are people out there who they look for every opportunity for cyber battles. They get a kicks off of it. And some bloggers too. Right? I personally only fight battles that affect me. If it don't affect me, then me no bother. And yes, even if I defend 33 times 3's charity, it affect me because my money's been there and still goes there. So it affect me. So me I go run out. Do you understand? She wasn't joking. Right, good thing you're not idiots. I'm a planker and understand what you're saying. Yes, you have a point. Exactly. I think it's really about trying to see. Okay, it's like if I don't really like to make reference, but do you know, like somebody like Hitler? Do you know that Hitler, one of the reasons why Hitler's entire life was one where he was able to control so many people to do crazy things, was that he was very good at the art of persuasion. His and there's a whole book about it, but his psychology around language enabled him to get people who were rational to do very irrational things, to build up a sense of paranoia about other people. He simply used words, right? When I say that, you know, the power of influence is a hell of a thing. Marketing companies will invest thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in influencers for this very purpose, because they recognize the power of influence and how influence can sway an entire population of people either for or against a product. So at the end of the day, if business gurus are willing to spend money on influencers, why do you think that is? Because they know that the words that they utter are far-reaching and impacting. And when you become a certain level of influencer, you need to know that the things that you are saying, it's even further than when you were just getting up there, right? It's going to go even further. So I'm saying that, you know, unless you know something for sure, just be careful not to call out other people, because this is the kind of stuff that can lead to a negative backlash, and it's unnecessary. And like I said, I was very clear who I was referring to. If you didn't get that, you didn't get it, but I was. I would never tell nobody to curse no one. These follow. Yes, this is what I'm saying. You need treasure. There were followers out there who they love it. It's like, okay, see one chance, you have to work for one, and we want to see them two, you go down in it. And they will egg you on, they will come and they will send you things, they will try to highlight certain negative things. And I have to have the sense of mind to say, listen, I'm not interested. I don't watch them. I don't know what's going on and I don't want to know. Do not. Administrative team that listen, unless something has a legal ramification, I don't want to know. Right? Unless it has a legal ramification, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. Because before, when I was knowing, that's when I would come out and go on with myself. And I realized, hang on a minute, this is not where I want to go. Right? I don't want to have to keep responding. And I am temperamental. So I know some temper terrible. Right? And I don't want to have to come out here and start cuss, because when we cuss people, then don't recover from it. So I try my best to avoid that no, because I'm like, you know what? It's not going to be pleasant. So it doesn't make sense. Because remember, I'm not bridled by Christianity, right? Yes, I have my own business. I'm my own boss. So at the end of the day, if I decide that I want to come up here and deep, I can. But I don't want to have to on over petty stuff. You see what I'm saying? Petty stuff. If I come out here to defend something, it's a significant thing and nothing less. If it's not significant, I don't want to know. So let me see this comment here. Teacher K, she met this, but she herself said she wasn't sure if it's that. Yes, she did say she wasn't sure if it's that. But you think that the people out there are going to hear that? I tell you, said that the people out there blatantly said it is because of. It is because of. It's more than one comment message about it, you know. I may have gotten that message, but it's more than one comment. You know, people are not going to hear that I'm not sure. But if you're not sure, then don't say it, is what I'm saying. Right, you did the right thing, of course. I would never tell nobody. Yes, I've read that one. Let me see. I just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, right. So, like I said, people, I don't want anyone to feel like they can't express themselves, but I'm just trying to explain how important it is for people who are influencers, particularly large scale influencers, to recognize how their words can have knock-on effects, particularly when it comes to bloggers, right? Remember, we have a platform. So when we get angry, we're going to take it to our platform, because that in itself is content. Everybody love it when every blogger is cheap. Them love it. They're going to turn up and they're going to listen to it. You understand? And anywhere you can avoid that, and make sure that there is no reason for that, as the person who many of us essentially we are seeing your templates of success, then it's really important to not try to drive forces negatively where it isn't called for. And I don't think that all the time that it's done deliberately, but based on what you have told me in that live, you are more aware than you sometimes let on. That's what I'm getting. Okay? Especially when you went and compared yourself to a particular blogger. It shows me that you're well aware, right? When things are going on, hence you rub salt in wound. All right. Now, I'm not saying that you can't come out here. So when it comes to your enemies, people who are deliberately writing your name and doing whatever, but we are not doing that, then be careful not to potentially cause any unnecessary strife by the things that are said. And from what I can see anyway, if people have moved on and they're not doing or irritating you or saying certain things, then let them be, let them be. These followers out here, and also some of the bloggers, will use every opportunity for beat way out here. For the smallest things. And for things they don't fully understand or fully know. And you have some out here who are not very good at language. So while you may have said you suspect or you're not sure, they will deliberately erase that and jump on the opportunity for a battle. Right? Okay. That is all I really wanted to say. Knowing my luck, tell me about it. Knowing my luck, Susie. That is all I really wanted to say. Whenever I know long talking, I'm telling us I'm only come up for a little bit, right? Because I have got other priorities at the moment. More than likely, I'll be more over Facebook for the next few months than on YouTube. I'll come on YouTube occasionally just to keep in touch with my graduates and to talk to you guys about various things. I don't know why the live keeps freezing. I don't know why. It seems to be fine on my side, so I don't understand why it's freezing. Right. But like I said, some have selective hearing. You better believe it, because some of them assume a lot. Yes, they do. And it's funny because, listen, forget 33 times 3 for a minute. It's not just 33 times 3 who uses this method. And that's why I said, who are we learning from? Because I've observed other bloggers take things and the way they present it will give room for people to have suspicion and to think that, oh, something are going on there. So when something's really not going on, there's nothing going on. But because of the way they present things, other people bite the bait. Does that make sense? And walk away with it with what they want to believe based on whether or not they like you or they don't like you. So they all have this powerful way of being able to manipulate their audience to dislike another blogger. And I don't think that there is any blogger who doesn't do that to some extent, but some are very versed with it, right? Some are very, very versed with it, as in they do it on a regular, so, and it's a part of the thing. We have to just be aware of it. I want my graduates to be aware of it because I want you guys to be thinking being and not be sheep. So you make your mind up. You can either go along for the ride or recognize that you're being given a ride. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Recognize when you're being given a ride. It's like, okay, I'll tell you one of the things that I observed, and it may be controversial, but HTK always controversial. So one of the things that I've observed is the fact that there are times when, for example, a social media personality is under attack from a blogger. And that blogger might be on them name or cuss them or done them or whatever. And what they'll then do is they'll think, how do I get this blogger off my back? I know I'm going to go after somebody that they also are cursing. So say, for example, that blogger not just have done them, but them have done somebody else. They then align themselves to go after that other person that they know that this blogger that they're more afraid of is actually busy cursing as well. So they will start to basically show that them have the same kind of thing in common because the two of them are cursed this one person, right? Where that blogger them want off them back don't like. I mean, that's hey, Lord Jesus. So them plant that seed, and then now the blogger them want off of them back and go, oh, so that person there done that person there too. All right, we're gonna load that person there for a little bit because that person there help if you done that person there. Trust me, people, they do this. They do it. And it's as clear as day to me that they're doing it. And I'm just like, wow. Yes. So some of them out there play chess. Remember me tell you, so them I play chess. And I try to make checkmates from people. Deflection. All right, Monica. Yes. And if you don't pay attention, you will end up in unnecessary battles, or you will end up defending somebody who really don't like a bone in your body. You understand? And then that person out there now will start cuss you because you're going after that person that you think is the weak link, you know. So that person that gonna start cuss you, and then the blogger where you're really afraid of. I said, wait, that person there. Well, between the two of them, you know, me actually hate that one there more than me hate that one there, you know. So the two of we now gonna start beat, and then by the time you look that person, they back off for you. I just play. You understand? And when them something they go on in the social media streets, you know, me go quiet. Me just go in my shell. That me can't bother. Yeah? Me just watch and observe and shake my head and say, Jaja, look on these people now. Look on them. Look on them and what them are going with. And all of it is, one, it's about, you know, peace of mind. Some people want protection, but they don't really know how to get it. And, you know, it's about how do we use these people who, and it's, let me tell you something. Another thing that I've seen people do is they know that particular bloggers, their egos are easy to boost up, right? And by going, oh, you know, this person is amazing at that and amazing at that, they are more or less hiring you for free. They're hiring you for free because they want you to do particular work for them. And then now come for your platform and dash no money upon there, you know. Then come for your platform and pay you nothing. Then not give you nothing. You understand? But them are, because they're a higher level of social media personality than that blogger, they will come and they will big you up for whatever it is that you're good at. But it's whatever it is that you're good at serves their purpose. It serves their purpose. So when they want particular things and stuff, they know exactly where to go to. It's all a game. It's because me not play none. Me not play a game like that. No, sir. And I'm a professional by day and night. My services must be hired. Mighty God of Daniel, what a lucky. You're not controversial, you're straightforward and to the point. That is true. That is true. But they say that my controversialism is due to the fact that I am straightforward. Because sometimes when I'm too straightforward, the whole internet run up and down and then go on with themselves. You understand? And it's because I'm not saying it. Whenever I go around the corner, them chill. But you see, when I'm direct, all of a sudden my voice start echo all over social media. Right? And that's why sometimes I don't come out and speak, because when I come out and speak, everybody turn over. Lord Jesus, HDK said this, she said that, and she whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God. And you know, I'm not gonna go all over the place and strike people because they're actually being really respectful about it. So it's kind of like I can't even say, listen, I'm gonna strike you because you diss me. You see it. And that's always been the reason why I strike people, because them diss me. Or them comments full of this and them not saying nothing about it. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I find too that bloggers like to say this one don't like that one, or of the persons they know are getting along well in order to create a rift. Yes, that's another thing they do. Know your English grammar. I never remember that one, but that's true. I've thought about it and seen it. They will say, "Oh, that one they hate that one there, no, and the one I like that one there, no," and they don't even know you. They don't know how you feel. They don't know what you think. But by putting that out in the atmosphere, then followers will then go on that other blogger's page and it'd be like, oh, HDK, hypocrite, because she don't like you. And I'm like, you and I have never had a conversation. How the hell do you know who I like and who I don't like? You understand? And if that blogger is not strong in their meds, they will absorb the things that the followers are saying. And then they will start going with themselves and cuss this other blogger for no reason at all. Having not met the person, had any discussion with the person, don't know what the person think or feel. You understand? So It's one of those things. Sometimes I just LOL, you are right. True, and some of the crazy one will take the bait. Oh, you mean them will take the bait? Them will take the bait. They love because remember, say it's a lot of people look for the controversy because they know it sells and they know it's gonna up their numbers. It's going to give them the views that they want and they need, especially if they depend on that income, right? So when they see an opportunity for a war, at that time they're gonna run out. More than anything else, at that time they're gonna run out. Right? And me not gonna knock them hustle. That is their hustle. But it's really for when it comes to blogger war, for us to be aware when it's necessary and when it's not necessary. Because I'm not saying it's always not necessary. Sometimes war have gone. But I'm saying sometimes it really is not necessary to bite the bait, and it's really important for you to realize when you're being baited, and it's also important for you to realize when a game is being played, right? And that is it. Too many bandwagonists need to think for themselves instead of being blind followers, creating chaos on social media algorithm. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, listen, make me stay and chat for far too long. You're, big up yourself, real talk. I appreciate that. I will not change. No, I am myself, and always will be. And as I said, if I come out here and I cuss anybody, it's off my own back. And a whole heap of times when I do that, I have friends that say, you know, don't say anything, and even them can't tell me what to do, right? The most they can do is they can calm me down a bit, but I will say whatever I want to say, because all of us have to have a little bit of controversy around us because it's what makes us interesting to watch, right? And at Deso, may I go left it. Big up on the nice clean self. Make sure to like up the live on your way out. All right, this is your girl, Teacher K.